Hello, and welcome to the University Housing and Dining webinar about meal plans and dietary needs. This will be your guide to dining on campus at the University of Iowa. So, a look ahead at what we hope to cover during our webinar today. First, we'd like to welcome you to University Housing and Dining. Whether you are an incoming student or supporter, you're already with us here at the university, or you're just wondering what we have to offer, we're really glad you're here. We will share a little bit of information about who is behind the webinar so you can meet some of our staff. We will talk about our marketplaces and meal plans, as well as dining dollars and then rates and dates associated with our meal plans and dining dollars. We'll go over dietary needs and accommodations, including the accommodations we offer, allergen information, our Thrive station, vegan and vegetarian diets, and other dietary considerations before we close it out. So to start, to meet the staff, my name is Elliot Hale Langner. I am a contracts and assignment specialist, so I work closely with students and supporters to navigate all things room assignment, room change, application, meal plan change, all that good stuff. And I'm joined by
Hello, my name is Laura Prado Lopez, and I am the registered dietitian for University Housing and Dining. And I work a lot with students who have dietary restrictions and helping them navigate their food choices while living and dining on campus.
I'm going to give a broad overview about university dining to start with our marketplaces. So we have three marketplaces on campus. They are located in Burge Hall, Catlett Hall, and Hillcrest Hall. And they are all you care to eat operations. And they each feature a variety of cuisines at different stations. And we even have made to order options at select meals. We have different celebration and theme nights. And the great thing about the marketplaces is that anyone can eat at any marketplace with their meal plan swipes or dining dollars. If you don't have a meal plan, you can also use You Will Charge or even pay with a credit card. So anybody on campus or in the community can partake in all that the marketplaces have to offer. Our meal plans for on-campus students. So we've got those that are required for new students living in the residence halls. And you'll see on this chart, there's four meal plans. Three of them are the options for our students living in residence hall rooms without kitchens. And then we've got an additional option for students that have a university supplied kitchen in their room. So the first is the unlimited meal plan, which, surprise, surprise, comes with unlimited marketplace swipes. Our estimation of meals per week is based on the total number of meals that someone could expect to eat with the combination of swipes and dining dollars. And of course, if you have unlimited swipes and you're going 3 times a day, 7 days a week, that's going to add up to over 21. It really is about how much you choose to use the unlimited marketplace swipes. This meal plan also comes with 150 dining dollars and 5 guest meals. And all of our meal plans are by semester. Next is the Block 160 plan, which comes with 160 marketplace swipes. And between the marketplace swipes and the 450 dining dollars, we're looking at between 10 and 12 meals a week, plus 5 guest meals. So if you've got a friend in town or a parent visiting, you can treat them to a meal in the marketplace. Next, and the final option for our students who don't have kitchens is the weekly 14 plan. That comes with 14 marketplace swipes per week, plus $359 and 5 guest meals. And that averages around 14 to 16 meals per week. For our students that live in Mayflower or Park Lawn and have a university supplied kitchen in their room, they can select the Block 50 plan, which comes with 50 marketplace swipes, and that works out to be about 3 to 4 meals per week. And it also includes the $250 dining dollars, but does not include guest meals. If you are a student that's going to be living off campus this fall, you can purchase a meal plan or a dining dollar meal package beginning in early August. So I've talked a little bit about meal swipes and the marketplaces, and then I've mentioned dining dollars. Dining dollars spend like cash in our university housing and dining retail locations. The offerings at each location differ. We've got some convenience stores and cafes and coffee shops. So we've got lots of different options, but across campus, you'll find options like the Clinton Street Market in Burge, which is a convenience store, the Devlin Family Cafe in the Lindquist Education Building, the EMRB Cafe, which is in the Extine Medical Research Building if you're on the west side of campus. In Catlet, we have the Fire Up Late Night Grill. In the main library, we have the Food for Thought Cafe. In Hillcrest and Mayflower, we have convenience store locations. And then in the Tippy College of Business, we have Pat's Diner and then a little place called Pat's 2, which is a coffee shop. In the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center, we've got the Power Cafe and then the filling station, so aptly named, in the Dental Science Building. And then one of our newest offerings is Yella's at Black's Gold Grill in Peterson Hall that offers a variety of really delicious burgers, fries, pizza, wings, and even milkshakes. So we truly have something for everyone. And the meal plans that come with dining dollars, you can use those dining dollars anywhere across campus in these different retail locations. To see more about what the costs are associated with our meal plans, you can check out the rates on our dining website. If you go to the purchase a meal plan page, there's a breakdown of the different meal plans and what they cost per semester. Our meal plan selection for students who will be living on campus this August will happen during online room selection. And that'll take place in June for our new incoming students. Again, off campus students can purchase meal plans starting in early August. And we do offer a meal plan change period. And that usually happens in the first 2 weeks of the semester. So if for some reason you start out the semester with the unlimited plan and it becomes clear in those first 2 weeks that you're not going to use that meal plan to the fullest and something else might be more appropriate, like moving down to the weekly 14, for example, you can switch during that change period so that you have the option that meets your needs the best for the semester. The meal plan swipes that are used in the marketplaces, those do not roll over at the end of the semester. So if you are, for example, on the Block 160 plan and you only use 145 of your block meal plan swipes. The remaining 15 don't roll over to the spring semester. You start the spring semester brand new with 160. Dining dollars, however, do roll over from fall to spring, and then they expire at the end of spring semester. So if you've got a balance of 25 cents, $25, etc., at the end of fall semester, that does get rolled over to spring semester, so that you have the entire spring semester to spend all of your dining dollars. Anything unspent will expire at the end of that spring semester. I'm going to pass it to Laura to tell us more about dietary needs and accommodations.
Thanks, Elliot. Hello, everyone. Now we are going to talk a little bit about different accommodations we have on campus. Okay, we have several different accommodations to help students meet their dietary needs. These can be sought out at any time throughout the semester, and accommodations can be made in all of our marketplace locations. So if you are living over on the west side of campus, we can accommodate you over there, as well as on the east side and vice versa. We highly encourage students to complete a dietary accommodations request form, which we will go over on the next slide. And then we will also talk about different accommodations here in a little bit that we have available. So here is a link to our dietary accommodations form. We highly encourage all students who have any type of dietary restriction to fill this out. This form allows us to have documentation of a student's dietary need or needs so that we can better communicate with them. During the summer, we will email all the students who have filled out this form with a letter with more details about dining and what options are available to them. Now we are going to discuss some different dietary options that we have on campus. So our Burge Marketplace location is peanut and tree nut free. We do, however, allow items that may contain certain allergens. Students are welcome to check out our menus ahead of time on our NutriSlice website at dining.uiowa.nutrislice.com/menu. Link available there on our website. Otherwise, it can be found on our dining website, dining.uiowa.edu as well. We have vegan and vegetarian items, which we will talk about in a little bit. And we also label all of our food items for whether or not they contain the top 9 allergens. So eggs, fish, milk, peanuts, tree nuts, soy, sesame, and we also label pork and alcohol as well. Just to note that last fall, we took out coconut as being classified as a tree nut, and this change came from the FDA. We also label items that may contain the top 9 or major 9 allergens plus gluten, and we label those based off of the item information that manufacturers provide. So we do not label based off of our cooking process. So if a student has celiac, it is important to note that our French fries may not contain gluten, but they are in a shared fryer. So we do have gluten-free French fries, for example, available upon request, and students can ask for those at specific locations in each marketplace, but is typically at the grill. Students will have to wait a little bit to get those items prepared for them. And they are prepared in a specific fryer or oven for students that need those items. We have 2 dietitians on staff as well. I am one of them, and the other one is Becca Mallon. And we are both available to help students, not only with dietary needs, but we do meet with students who have questions just in general about dining on campus, those who maybe have questions on wanting to make different healthcare choices while they live and dine with us. So we are also available to help with those things as well. We also have our allergen-free station, which is housed in Birch Marketplace. We will talk about that here in a little bit. Students are also able to get meals ordered online. And that is something that we provide access to or grant access to for students. So if that is something that you are interested in, please reach out to one of us. And this can be really great for students who are concerned about cross contact or students who might have needs that are beyond the top 9 in celiac. We also have several different gluten-free and milk-free alternatives in our location. And more information about what those specific items are can be found on our online menus. We also train our staff on food allergies, celiac disease, and food intolerances and sensitivities through a company called Menu Trinfo. So students are able to ask any of our professional staff on questions about specific food items being served. If they are wondering if something has a specific allergen in it, our staff should be able to point you in the right direction. Also, if you are a student that requires an EpiPen in case of an allergic reaction, we highly encourage you to have that with you at all times, especially when you're dining with us, as we do not have epinephrine in our dining locations on campus. All right, now we are going to go ahead and talk about the Thrive Station. So Thrive is a station specifically in the Burge Marketplace. This station opened in the fall of 2018 with some funding from Food Allergy Research and Education, also known as FAIR. This station is open to all those who dine with us on campus, and it does not serve food that are void of gluten plus the top 9 allergens. So fish, shellfish, eggs, wheat, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, milk, and sesame. Again, we do allow items that contain coconut to be served at Thrive. I would also like to note that items that may contain gluten or the major 9 allergens are also allowed to be served at this location. And that is simply because it has been challenging to find food items that are free of the top 9 allergens, specifically items that may contain those allergens. And so that is why we have select few items that have that may contain statement on there. Some of the menu items that we have at this station are pizza, pancakes, wings, nachos, sandwiches, chicken tenders. So just a great variety for students who need to dine safely at a location such as this. All of our foods at this station are prepared in a controlled environment using separate equipment to avoid cross contact. All right, we also have several vegan and vegetarian items for students as well. So in addition to all of our labeling, we do label items as to whether or not they are vegan or vegetarian. And if you would like information more in depth of what we use to qualify what is vegan or vegetarian, please feel free to reach out to myself or Becca Mallon, and we can provide more information to you on our labeling. But we also just offer a wide variety of food options, and some of those options are vegan and vegetarian options, and those are different every day, and you can also look those up on our dining website. Some other dietary considerations to mention. We do have halal beef and chicken that are available upon request. We do label for pork and alcohol as well. And then students in need of dietary support for medical treatment or other conditions should reach out to us for support. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either the emails below or the phone number. We also have more information available on our housing and dining website. We would like to thank you for joining us for this webinar. And again, welcome, Hawkeyes. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out.